Greetings, viewers. This is CP666 signing on for the unboxing of my new laptop. Yay, I know what this is. But you're gonna find out what this is as I open it. We have got, and if I can get the camera up far enough that this is not going to interfere. Oh, yes, I can. Great. Excellent. We've got the new machine, and of course we've got all of the usual accessories. Don't fall out of the package, please. And the battery. This is what the new battery looks like. I'm going to open up that first. Where's my knife? There it is. That fan that you hear in the background is for my Dell. Oops. I missed a spot. Alright. So I do not believe that these batteries are interchangeable with any of the newer systems. Maybe it is. No, it's not. As you can see, this is a much different battery from what I usually see. So you know that already this is going to be not something that we've seen on this channel before. Let's see here. Let's open up this package of goodies, and I just woke up the beast. That is to say, well, my cat just woke up because I'm unboxing something, and it's making a lot of noise. Alright. What have we got in here? Do we have the same usual contradictory documentation? Windows 7 recovery program. Do not throw away the Mars COA. Ah, looks like we do. Do not remove or discard the COA label. Of course not. Here we go. This is the same contradictory documentation that they shipped with most of their machines before. Used and sold on an as-is basis, okay? No warranties of any kind with this product, whether express or implied. Well, let's take a look at some of the other packing materials. We can see we've got a 7-day money-back guarantee, and if we turn to the page, quality satisfaction guarantee, either 3 months or 6 months, depending on type of equipment. So obviously there is some kind of a warranty provided with this product. Maybe they should fix their documentation by getting rid of one or the other. Anyway, so this pile of papers is just going to pile up. We've got a battery notice, it might be depleted, blah blah blah, and a packing list. Let's make sure that there's no real information on here, blah blah blah. It's got a Vista license on it, which I think is hilarious, but whatever. We've got a DVD multi-burner in here. 6-cell battery, which I believe is the smallest, but that's okay. It's not really going to be using battery power anyway. And let's remove the actual machine itself from the box. So, and that's out of there. We can get this big, huge thing out of the way. And spook the cat in the process. Get the power supply out of the way. And let's go ahead and unbox this. Do not cut film. Well, what am I supposed to do? I want to unbox this machine. I guess what I can do is I can rip it off from one end. Looks like that's what I'm going to do. No, cat, you can't have this plastic. And we can then take the machine out of its little hurry. So before we take a look at what this actually is, because I'm going to just make you wait, because I am quote-unquote an asshole, and I like to have surprises in my videos. I lost my... There it is. Oh, I almost thought I lost my knife there for a second. Come on! Anti-static tape. Annoys me. Alright, so let's see, what have we got here? Feels a little on the cheap side, but that's okay. What have we got? Well, we can see that the side looks quite a bit different from, I'm sure you probably know what this is by now. And we've still got analog HD15 output. I didn't think that would be on something this new. But we've got Ethernet, display port, it looks like that's what that is, yes. 3 USB ports here, port for the hard drive. And if we flip it around, we can see a yellow USB port. Is that USB 3? Nah, I don't think it's USB 3. Kensington lock, that thing. I'm not sure. Oh, the ejecting for this has changed slightly. An SD card slot right there. eSATA. Was not expecting that. Headphone out. DVD multi-drive. Not a dual layer drive, but that's okay. Whatever. And the latch and another SD card? That can't be an SD card slot. What's this? No, it looks like it's some proprietary something or another. Or something else. I don't know. Maybe somebody can tell me. Maybe it's for like a media card or something. So what is this exactly? Well, let's open it up and take a look. Shiny. This is a Lenovo Thinkpad T410. It's all new and wonderful. It's got the new trackpad, it's got the new buttons, the new keyboard layout, which I'm going to have to get used to. I don't like these cat's tongue eraser heads, but whatever. Bigger speakers, it looks like, although maybe not. So this looks to me like it is going to be pretty good. No, does it have the light? It might still have the keyboard. It should still have the keyboard light. But anyway, as you can see, the keyboard has changed a little bit. We've got a large escape key, and these keys have been significantly cheapened, unfortunately, but whatever. Can't have everything. It'll take some getting used to. They're not as tactile as the old ones. Bigger delete key, because the insert key was moved over there. Oh, because it has a bigger escape key. Yeah, that makes sense. So, other than that, the layout is pretty much unchanged, though. The trackpad, if you can't see it, which you probably cannot, now has a bumpy textured feel to it. And this is a matte 14-inch display. It's not the 15-inch that my... Whoops, sorry about that. Not the 15-inch that my T500 has, but I don't care. So let's get this thing set up and ready to roll. Shall we? I think we shall. Wow, I was not expecting that to start up that fast. Sorry about that, guys, that you missed the power-up. But there is no... there's a lot of indicators that seem to be missing. I don't know what that is. If that's trackpad or what that is. But anyway, we've got wireless, we've got all that. Do we still have a wireless switch on here somewhere? I didn't see one. So maybe there isn't a lot. No, there should be. There's the wireless switch right there. Anyway, this is a much brighter looking display. I mean, look at that. I think this is an LED backlit display because I think that's standard. I should look that up. Let me come back. I'll look that up. All right, as you can see, this is an LED backlit display because those were your only options with these. And I think it looks absolutely stunning. The backlight bleed is... I don't think it's any less than it used to be, but that's okay. Let's take a look. Yeah, the keyboard doesn't have the same feel that the other one has, but it actually works. What kind of hard drive have we got in here? Hitachi HDS 7250 16A, blah, blah, blah. So it's actually got... This is the first one I've ever owned that has a Hitachi hard drive in it. Amazing, isn't it? Anyway. Let's boot this sucker up, shall we? Windows 7. Should be first boot for Windows. One thing that I also noticed is that the hard drive is on the opposite side on this machine. It used to be over here. It's now over there. You can see we've now got... This is basically your power light now. You can mute your microphone. You can change your volume using that instead of the two buttons that they previously gave you, and you've got a mute switch right there, which I believe changes colors to show. Alright, so I'm going to have to set this up. I think I'm going to have to enter my COA for this part, though. Looks weird seeing brand new next to really old. I'm just going to shut this on so it's not wasting electricity. I don't think it's higher resolution than my what the hell is this? T500. But it might be bigger. It might be the WXGA+. There are no drivers installed, as you can probably see. So, points off to IBM for that, but whatever. It's not that hard to download drivers for these things. Activation period has expired. Let's activate. It's probably going to make me go take that thing off. That battery off and get that key from out underneath the battery. Which is going to suck, but, well, we can do that. Alright, we've got a couple. I will not be installing the Windows 7 update modules because I've had trouble with those in the past. Sure, whatever. But still no display driver. I'm surprised. We can see we've got a Core i5 520M, 2.4 gigahertz, 4 gigs of RAM, 64-bit. Everything is all sparkly clean. That's what we've got for specs. I'll be doing one upgrade to this thing in this video. I'll be taking the 4 gigabyte module out of this, putting it in here. And we're going to see just how difficult it is to do that, because it looks like it's no longer just simply pop off the palm rest. It looks like there's quite a bit of work that needs to go into doing something like that, because this looks like a slightly unibody design. It's not unibody, of course, but it looks like it's... They're getting pretty close, actually. See, we've got 4 freaking CPUs here. Yeah, that was the reason why I got this. One thing that I just noticed is that while there may not be any drivers for it, they've still got an option for DOS and Windows 3X. And they've even... What? They've got drivers for Windows 2000. Well, probably not very many. But I want Windows 7, and I want the Intel HD 64-bit driver. Let's see where we are in terms of display lookingness or whatever. Ah, that's better. Much better resolution. So, we're going to have to install all of our programs. Sound-wise, it's not a whole heck of a lot different from the T500. Oh yeah, I don't have a fingerprint reader with this particular machine. But, oh well. Can't have everything. You must restart your computer to apply these changes. Let's restart our computer then. Well, Arrow is not enabled yet. Oh dear. So let's try and enable Arrow here. Come on. Work. Well, it looks like I can enable Arrow. I can enable Arrow, and something really funky just happened here. So what I'm going to probably start doing is start downloading all my programs and all of that. Check out this impeccable grammar right here. The setup is terminated correctly. I get a kick out of grammar mistakes in professionally produced programs. Alright, so I didn't show you any of the program install, but then again, you've seen program installs before, so it's not like you're missing much. Right now, we're running a backup, and then we are going to install a memory in this system. Now, if I know these right, I just did some research. There should be a door on the bottom of the machine. Let's see if that's how these work. Is there a door on the bottom of the machine? There is a door on the bottom of the machine. So, well, at least it looks like there's a door on the bottom of the machine. So we should be alright. And that should be how you upgrade the memory. There should be one slot under there and one slot under the keyboard, just like it was back in the old IBM days. View messages and actions centered. Probably because we don't have any antivirus installed. Set up backup. Shut up. I don't back up programs. I just image the entire hard drive. Who needs backups when you can have drive images? I might shut it down and let it install updates in addition to that. We're not really getting good transfer rates, but then again, this is only USB 3. Even that yellow port right there is only USB 3. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to plug my video drive straight into that port. And I just plug all the other things into these ports, just because I want to do things that way. Look at that little sleeping bundle. Snoring, too. Don't think you can hear it over the computers, though. Oops. I think I just woke up the beast. Slightly. Anyway. So as you can see, my backup is now just completed. So we'll close that. I will install AV later, but we're going to shut this off and let's let it install the updates, because why not, right? And after that, we are going to finally get the memory. Oh, that's going to take a while. But anyway, I think it's time that we can finally shut this T500 down and end its days as my main computer. It might take forever, though. You can see the kind of yellowness of that display as opposed to the more white of that one. I don't know if that's just an attribute of the age that this machine has, or if that's actually how the CCFL is. I don't remember exactly what it looked like when it was new, because I was comparing it to my T61, and it was more white than my T61 was. So maybe it's just a component of age. I don't know. And it's now shut down. Let's unplug all of the components. This power supply goes to the thing that's going to go right there, which is going to be this T500. Alright, so now we can move this over to where it's going to be going, but I'm going to be doing work on it soon enough, so I'm going to just put it right there. And we'll work on this T410 when it's finally done installing all of its updates. And now we have to wait for the T410 to finish its updates, because that still didn't take long enough. Alright, finally we can get into the machine. These screws are different from later models. They are black screws as opposed to the more silver ones, or earlier models, not later models. I have seen a W520 before. It is not much different from this. I don't have the entire screw out of this. Alright. And as you can see, it is not using, I believe that would be a second RAM, or, wow, a mini PCIe slot. is actually using onboard networking. We have Alpida PC3-8500S. This is different memory. Hopefully it's compatible with what's installed. I don't imagine why it wouldn't be. So we'll put the cover back on. And we'll also put my old T500 hard drive in here. The expansion bay, of course. Alright, so we can take the old expansion bay device out. Leave my Oh, that's how it works. Alright, cool. It looks like it's the same too, so this shouldn't be an issue. Sorry you didn't even see that. Maybe you didn't see that. I don't know for sure yet, though. Does it fit? It fits! Woohoo! And there's no chance of it being non-standard because this is just standard serial ATA. So you can keep that drive for safekeeping somewhere else. And you can set the drive up in its current location, and I can shut all of these other computers off because I was spending time, just killing time waiting for this stupid thing to install updates. Alright, so the setup is now as follows. That machine, the T500, is going to be placed back there. The drive is now plugged in here. These aren't plugged in yet, those will be plugged in a second, but we're going to power it up and see what it does. Of course, I want to go into the BIOS, F1, press F1 to re-enter the BIOS. 6144 megabytes. So we've got everything installed. I really do like this display. Should have the Ultra Bay. I don't even know if the Ultra Bay device is on though, because there's no light on the actual bay, and there's no light on the machine anymore. I don't have that mouse plugged in yet. Brightness went all the way down. As low as it could possibly go. We can't put it back up. Oh, yes we can. So the brightness can actually go down fairly low on this machine too. And I like the audio more. It's probably going to want to reboot again after this thing though. I am really liking this display though. This is so bright. So much better than the other one. The little quirks and little interesting bits, like this power button and these not so tactile bits and this different keyboard, those can all, I can get used to those over time. The speakers are louder, but then again, I remember when I went from my T61 to my T500 and I was like, wow, these speakers are louder. And now look at it again. On the 400 series, which is the 14-inch, speakers are louder once again. I don't know, still don't know what this is. Maybe somebody else can tell me. I can't even get the blank out of it. I think it's some kind of media card slot or something. Maybe that will tell me something if I were to look that up, but of course I'm too lazy to do something like that. As you can see, we are now running the Windows Experience Index, and we've got Aurora installed, and we've also got my Sony Vegas installed, so that's all good and well. And the only other things that we need to do, I don't have Virtual PC on here. So that's probably going to have to be taken care of. Oh well. Pin that to the taskbar, because that needs to be there. What else? What else needs to be on the taskbar? OpenMPT needs to be on the taskbar. I'm not going to put Reflect on the taskbar. I will put the USB creator on the taskbar. I didn't do that before, but now I will. Where is Oracle? VM VirtualBox. I skipped right over it. I'm going to pin Paint to the taskbar, and I should pin Notepad to the taskbar as well. Pin taskbar. And I should also pin the calculator to the taskbar. I might do that. Alright. That should be all the junk that I need to pin to the taskbar now. Assessing CPU performance. We'll have to see how good rendering a video is. I have a feeling that the I/O performance, or the disk performance, is going to be the worst out of them all. Since none of this is real high-end stuff. Let's log into Gmail and all the other stuff, and I'll come back. So there are the performance scores. 4.2 is much higher than the old 3.4, I think it was, on the T400, or T500. Wow. Sorry about that. So we'll just have to see how rendering a video is. I'm now going to have to install Flash Player, unfortunately, because YouTube requires it. Alright, so this should be a pretty good test. Oops. Let's see what this does. I'm not expecting a significant improvement, but let's see what happens. Well, that is a modest improvement, actually, from what it was before. See what kind of thread utilization we're getting. We're not even using everything to render this, so it is now waiting on I/O performance. That's what all this is for. But I'm pretty happy with that. And the other good thing this is for virtualization, because I've now got, as you can see, I've got 4 threads. Even though this is only a dual-core processor, it also has got hyper-threading, which is always good. So this, actually, I think took 15 minutes on the other machine. It's now taking about 9 minutes here. Probably will take 10 minutes all in all, but of course, I'm not going to let it sit through. So that's that. And that's the new machine all set up. I do still have to put antivirus on here, and I still have to install the rest of the updates, but that is pretty much all that she wrote for this video. Thank you for watching. If you've got any comments, feel free to leave them down below. And in my next video, we're going to be dealing with this particular machine.